Okay. Vritti, you will start with Namokar mantra, and then Brela, you will continue with the Chattari Mangalam. Start.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvajayanam. Eso Panchanamo Yaro Sava Pava Panasanam.
Wait. Okay, listen to me. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam. Say it again.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvajayanam. Eso Panchanamukha. Eso Panchanamo Yaro Sava Pavapanasana Mangalaram Chosavesim Padamam Hoe Mangalam Padamam Hoe Mangalam.
Say it again.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvajayanam. Eso Panchanamo.
Namolo Esavas. Oh, you are missing one line. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sabasahunam. Okay, now there should be no mistakes.
Okay. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loye Sabasahunam. Eso Panchanamo Yaro Sava Pavapanasana Mangalarancha Savesim Padamam Hoe Mangalam Padamam Hoe Mangalam.
Okay, continue, Briella.
Chattari Mangalam Arianta Mangalam Sita Mangalam Sahu Mangalam Kevalipanato Tammo Mangalam.
Briella, say it properly. Continue.
Chattari Lokutama Arianta Lokutama Sita Lokutama Sahu Lokutama Kevalipanato Tammo Mangalam.
Namo Lokuttamo.
Tammo Lokutamo. Chattari Saranam Bhavajami Ariante Saranam Bhavajami Sita Saranam Bhavajami Sahu Saranam Bhavajami Kevalipanatam Tamam Saranam Bhavajami.
Okay, very good. Fine. Let's start now with the new book. Today we will start with the new book, Balbodh Patmala Part 3. How many of you have done the homework from the last one? The last lesson from Balbodh Patmala 2? Raise your hand. Okay, nobody has done it today, but I will ask you in the next class. Hanika, please turn on your video. Good. Okay, fine. Let's start now with lesson number 1. Look at this book. Prayer of the Voice of God. This is what we did last. So just let us have a look at the questions. So there are only 4 questions that you have to do. So by next Wednesday, everyone should have done the questions. There are only 4. Hanika, is that okay? Okay, fine. Neet, is that okay?
Yes.
And Kush?
Yes.
Sania, please turn on your video. Ahil, also you have to do it. Okay. Now, okay, so now we are starting with lesson number 1, glimpse of the Lord. Let's go down because it is written in Hindi. Sania, turn on your video. Okay. Let's begin. It is a great merit to have thy glimpse, O Lord. Without knowing you, O Lord, I've experienced untold grief in life. This was due to the fact that I regarded this world as my own. Now, I have a question for you. We are learning this and we are not really focusing on doing good, or we are not focusing on knowing what good deeds are to be done. But here our focus, if everyone is noticing, our focus is only one, which is soul experience. Because we generally listen that whenever anyone is talking to us about religion, they're always telling us to do good things, to be good to other people, to not be violent, to speak the truth, to eat vegetarian food. But here, if you notice, in each and every lesson in Jainism, it is only teaching us to experience the soul. Now look at this question over here. Without knowing you, O Lord, I have experienced untold grief in life. So how is it that we have grief when we have such a beautiful house, when we have good parents, when we have got enough money in the bank, when everything is happening good for us in life? Why is there grief in life? And why do you think somebody like Neminath Bhagwan, Hanika, why do you think that somebody like Neminath Bhagwan, who was a prince, he had more riches, like a better house than we did, more luxuries, like a lot of jewelry? He didn't have to work like our parents have to work the whole day. But why do you think that he still left everything? I mean, he had immense luxury. Why do you think he left everything to be a monk? Who can think? Kush. Answer quickly, Kush.
To experience the soul.
Experience of the soul can be done in the house as well. Like you and I can do it. But why do you think that he left everything? How about Hanika can try?
Because he didn't want to so Krishna, he didn't want any animals to suffer because of him, because Krishna had put all the animals in a cage, so he didn't want anyone to suffer because of him.
Okay, that is correct. Your answer is correct. But here we're not looking for that answer. The answer that we're looking for is that if this world was so happy, why is it that we keep on changing bodies? I mean, we can only live for 80 years maximum, or maybe some people are very lucky till 95 years. But why is it that we keep on changing bodies? Krit, will you be happy if every few years, if you have to change your house, if you have to carry all your things and then change it again and again and again? Will you be happy?
No.
No, you will not be happy. Will anybody be happy, for example, if let's take an example of a lawyer, somebody who is very, very smart. They've read so many books. Now, all of a sudden they die. Now, when they get a new body, again, they have to learn from A, B, C, D. Will you be happy, Fiana, if you had to do that?
No.
Because imagine in one life, you have accumulated so much knowledge. Ahil, will you be happy, for example, when you grow up and you become a very famous scientist? Will you be happy for like all of a sudden, because everyone will leave this body. Nobody can live in one body for infinite years. Will you be happy, say, for example, when you have to leave this body, and again, when you get another body, you're a baby again. Again, you have to go back to standard 1, and then you start to learn again. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. I mean, would you like to do it again and again and again? Ahil is saying no. Fiana?
I wouldn't, because happiness is only temporarily in this cycle of life. But when you go to moksha, it's infinite happiness for the rest.
So what Fiona is saying is 100% correct. So this is what we're learning over here. Because in school, we're just accumulating knowledge, but we're not accumulating the knowledge of who I really am. Now, I will ask you a question, Kush, or actually anybody can answer. Let's see who can answer it very quickly. I have got the body of a female at the moment, so my voice will sound like a female. Now, now when I leave this body, when I die, I get a body of, for example, I get a body of a horse. So what happens to my voice, Kush?
It changes.
It changes. So is the voice of the soul or is it of the body? Vritti, don't do like that. Ahil?
Your body.
Yeah, so every time when you change your body, you get a different voice. Now, for example, Ahil is young right now, so his voice is very soft. Now, because he's a boy, when he grows up, his voice will now become stronger. It'll become more bass as he starts to grow. Maybe when he's 15, 17 years old, now the voice will start to become more bass. So Ahil, is the voice of the soul or is it of the body?
Of the body.
It is of the body. So so Neet, is the voice part of the soul or is it separate from the soul?
Separate from the soul.
Very good. Hanika, is it separate from the soul or is it part of the soul?
Separate.
Dia and Anya, is your voice separate from the soul or is it part of the soul?
Separate from the soul.
Sorry?
Separate from the soul.
Separate from the soul. Okay, very good. Now let's continue. Sanya, are you understanding? Where is Sanya? Sanya seems... Okay, maybe her internet connection is not good. Okay. This was... Okay, fine. Without knowing you, so who are you, Hanika? Are you Hanika Mehta or are you a soul?
I'm not really sure because I'm both. So I'm also Hanika and I'm also a soul. So I don't really know.
Okay, so who really knows? Purva?
Soul.
Sorry, Purva, I can't hear you.
Soul.
You're a soul. Are you sure?
Yes.
Briella, who are you?
I'm a soul because when the body died, then the body can like smell or taste. Real, not that concept.
It's okay, let her talk. So,
Okay,
yeah, so then it starts to smell. And then?
When it's born, it starts, it smells the first thing. But when it died, it doesn't keep smelling stuff.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Kreet, are you a soul or are you a body?
Soul.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens when somebody dies? Does the voice change, or sorry, does the voice go with them to the next body? No. So now we have identified that the body and the soul are separate. We have also identified that the voice, like in Gujarati, it is called bhasha. Bhasha is different from the soul. So now let's move on. This was due to the fact, you can put down your hand. This was due to the fact that I regarded this world as my own and did not recognize real religion as told by the Lord, who knows everything. So what is the soul made out of? Let's give somebody else a chance. Let's give Dia and Anya a chance. What is the soul made out of?
Infinite happiness.
And infinite knowledge. Purva, what is the soul made out of?
Infinite happiness.
Infinite happiness and?
Infinite happiness and knowledge.
Infinite happiness and infinite knowledge. Okay. So is that what you are made out of?
No.
Then what are you made out of? Purva, what are you made out of?
Soil.
You're made out of soil. Are you the body or are you the soul?
I'm a soul and I'm inside a body.
Yeah, so I'm asking you, just say, are you a soul, yes or no?
Yes.
Are you a body, yes or no?
No.
No, if you're not a body, Kush, then what are you made out of if you're a soul?
Infinite happiness and knowledge.
Infinite happiness and infinite knowledge. So now will you ever think that I can't do this, I can't do this? Now you will always say, right, that I've got infinite knowledge, so I can do everything in life. Okay, okay, fine. So let's move on. We did not drink deep. We did not drink deep of the nectar or perfect knowledge, distinguishing self from others. We can go down. Now, okay, when thy feet are in my heart, delusion and stupidity disappear. Now my soul has awakened and I have become devoted to the good of the self. So who is the self? Who is the self? Neet?
Yes.
Who is the self?
I'm not sure.
Okay, no problem. So you are the soul. So the self is the soul. Hanika, look over here. Okay, fine. Okay, what we need to understand that if we want to be happy, we can buy hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things because we all have enough money to buy whatever we want to buy. But this will not give us happiness because everything is accommodating to the body. And when you have identified yourself as the wrong person, for example, if you Hanika, if you go to the airport using somebody else's passport, will they allow you to board on the flight?
If you're using somebody else's passport, no, but that's called silliness.
Very good answer. That is called silliness. So even here it is saying it is called stupidity. Okay, so Ahil, if you go to school and if you keep on saying, for example, that no, my name is Hanika, my name is Hanika, what will your teacher tell you?
They'll ask if that's your real name.
No, your teacher will tell you that, are you stupid? Isn't that true?
Yeah.
because everybody knows that you're ahil. So we have for infinite years we have always said, I am a body, I am Komal, I am ahil, I am Hanika. But the reality is that you are a soul. Briella, is that true?
Yes.
Briella, if you're a soul,
Attention.
then how okay, then then how do we believe that you really are a soul? Think about it.
Because when we die, you don't just magically become alive again.
Okay, fine. Okay, so fine. That's okay for now. Okay, so let's move on. With this devotion, I've realized the importance of the company of the saints. My mind has thus dived in deep into thy devotion. I should always speak kindly of others and appreciate their merits. Let me study thy tenets, keeping myself away from those who preach wrong faith. Look, this is an important thing. Those who preach wrong faith. So if my faith is that I'm a body, if my faith is that I am this voice, if my faith is, for example, that I can sing so well because this voice is mine, then I am wrong. And it is what is making us unhappy? That we have got less things or we have got wrong faith. Vritti? Vritti, answer.
There was a network problem. Can you please repeat the question?
Okay, so what is making us unhappy? Is it wrong faith that I'm a body or I'm this voice? Or is it that I can't buy enough like luxuries?
I can't buy enough luxuries.
So that is what? That is the what wrong faith?
I don't really know.
Okay, no problem. So let's scroll down and with time you will start to know. Hanika, turn on your video. Okay.
Actually, someone was calling on my mom's phone.
Oh, okay,
so-
fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Look, now it is talking about when shall I go to the jungles and adopt monkhood, having equanimity of the soul with the 12 reflection of spiritual development. So can you study better in the library, or can you study better in like a very, very, very noisy cafeteria? Neat.
In a library.
Ahil? Kush?
Library.
In a library. So this is what it is talking about. When you're alone in the jungle, when one becomes a monk, he can be absorbed more in the soul. Because in the house, there will always be people coming in, going out, doing this, doing that, marriages, funerals, etc., etc. So this is what it is talking about. One who wants to be completely absorbed in the soul, they will become a monk. Okay, let's go down. Now do you understand why like Neminath Bhagwan became a monk? Who has now understood? Raise your hands. Diya, Anya, if you have understood only, then raise your hand. Okay, so okay, Diya and Anya, why has Neminath Bhagwan become a monk? Try to answer.
Because he had infinite knowledge.
Yeah, but okay, Vishal, try to answer this.
As a prince, he had all the material comforts, but he was not going to be happy from that material comfort. So that's why he became a monk, so he could he could attain moksha and have eternal happiness, not temporary happiness. If they...
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so let's scroll down. Okay, the words are pretty difficult over here. So what the gist of this is, after removing all the attachment of this mundane existence, when shall I purify my soul? So the whole gist of this whole lesson is to understand that you are a soul. And when we don't understand this, or if we don't accept this, we will keep on getting bodies after bodies after bodies. Some bodies are very nice. Like at the moment, all of us have got a good body. We've got a good family. We are all rich. We do not have to slog. But can you imagine being born in a very, very poor house? Who would be happy? Nobody will be happy. Nobody will be happy. And unfortunately, the same body or the same sort of luxuries don't come with us again and again and again and again. Because there are times where we will have to go to hell. Has anybody seen a street dog? Have you seen how much he suffers? Can you see that, he's so hungry, sometimes he's so thirsty, but unfortunately, nobody even wants to look at him. Forget even giving him food. Nobody even wants to look at him. Can you imagine if we get a body like that? We will all be very, very sad and we'll be so miserable. And in that misery, we build even more bad karma, and then we go to hell after that. And in hell, there's so much suffering. So Briella, so the reason why we have got this human body is to understand what the soul is like. Can you imagine not being born in a Jain family? Because it is only in our Jain religion that there is so much, there is so much elaboration of the soul. Because also in like other religions, people talk about the soul. You will hear about the soul. But it is only in Jain religion where this perfect knowledge of what the soul is like. So actually, we are very fortunate to be born as a Jain. And Jainism is not a religion, as I keep telling you again and again and again and again. Jainism is not a religion. Jainism is to understand what the universe is like. So even when you see our classes, it is written universal laws for eternal happiness. So for example, if somebody is not born in a Jain family, but if they just understand the universal laws, anybody can experience the soul. It can be a dog can experience the soul. Somebody who is born in hell can even experience the soul. And somebody who is born, for example, in like a non-Jain family, they can even experience the soul. So Jainism is actually universal laws to experience the soul. Now let's scroll down. When will that happy day arrive when I shall swim across the ocean of this worldly existence? So that day will arrive, Kush, when I also accept that I am a pure soul and I am made out of infinite happiness, and I don't have to slog for happiness. I don't have to work hard for happiness. I don't have to earn money for happiness. I don't have to buy luxurious items, go on holiday, eat like food to be happy, because I'm already made out of happiness. Like for example, what is the car made out of? It is made out of metal. Neith, turn on your video. The car is made out of metal. So in the same way, the soul is already made out of infinite happiness. The soul is already made out of infinite happiness. We only have to accept. We only have to accept Kush. So this is what this is what is the essence of what we are learning. And of course, on the side, everything else will come, that I have to eat vegetarian food, which is a must. It's not that I can eat meat and harm other animals and harm other people and be happy. So all that is there already. Kush, is that making sense?
Yes.
Kush, so are you are you a soul or are you a body?
I'm a soul.
Okay, now explain to me what is death. Just try whatever you can say, no problem. Purva, what is death? What is death? Just try to explain in your own words. Whether you say it correctly or not, don't worry about it. Just try to explain.
It's when a body has or soul has gone through many years and then the body needs to go, like when it dies.
Good answer. That the soul and the body become separate. Kreet, try.
Like you can be sometimes like for a long life or sometimes can be killed.
No. That is not what you have to say. Fiona, try.
When you die, you get transferred from one body to another until you experience the soul and then go to moksha and become a monk.
Yes. So when there is death, are we supposed to cry and cry and cry and cry, or are we supposed to understand that, look, I should understand while I am alive that what the soul is about, because I will never die as a soul. Dia and Anya, will you ever die as a soul? Try. No, you can't die as a soul. Ahil, can you die as a soul?
No.
No, you can't die as a soul. Ahil, sorry, I asked you. Kreet, can you die as a soul?
No.
Okay, Vishal, try to explain what is death.
Death is basically the end of the matter particle, which is the body. The soul is immortal. It continues and it continues. That's really it. It's the end of matter particle that the husk that this soul is in at the moment. That's death.
So that means you're immortal.
Yeah.
No, that means that you're mortal. Sorry, I didn't understand what you're trying to say.
That means you are immortal, not the Komal in you. It's you are immortal.
Immortal. Okay, correct. Yeah, correct. Fine. Okay, good. So now there are some questions. Let's look at these questions. Purva, are you understanding?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so will you answer these questions as homework? Try to think. Try to think and answer. Ahil, will you answer these questions as homework? Everyone has to answer. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's see how many questions are there. Okay, oh, you guys are lucky. There's only one question. Okay, so you are like very, very lucky. Explain any 2 lines you like best in the above piece and give your reasons for your liking. Hanika, is this clear? So you are very lucky that you only have one question to answer, and from the previous chapter you have only, I think, 4 questions to answer. Okay. Now today I'm not feeling like very well because we had a long journey coming back to Nairobi. So let's start quickly with your speaking parts, and then we can stop. Let's start with Kush because Kush generally has to wait very long, unfortunately. Let me just turn the live on YouTube. Just give me a second.